Daniela is the third of four daughters. Right now, Daniela is 8, and she was born very normal. The week before she turned 2, we noticed that she was not running anymore. It was sudden. It's like, hey, why is she not running? I mean, she loved to run. Within that week, it came from not running, not walking, holding onto stuff, holding onto hands, to just falling. Well, it was tough. I mean, then we were holding her balloons. And we didn't know, At this point, we still didn't know.
Like, she was going backwards. Like, you know how a kid goes learning a little bit more every day? It was like she was forgetting a little bit more every day.
Nina, do you remember when you were in the doctor in the hospital?
Mm-hmm. When?
And they proceeded to explain to us that the tumor was in the middle of the brain, but it was connected to the spine in a way that it was very entangled, because that tumor was not a mass, it had arms that reach into, the folds of the brain.
Brain cancer is not common, and of that uncommon thing, she had one of the most uncommon, which was ATRT.
¿Y por qué tenías esos cables en la cabeza? ¡Qué horror! ¿Te gustaban?
No.
Now, thinking that our daughter had at the most 2 or 3 more days to live, we thought we had everything under control.
Remember, they said basically she had no time. Like, it was either they did surgery on her to try to remove part of the tumor, but that could have ended up in her like not talking or being paralyzed.
We were told that the girl that we were gonna receive back, probably mute, deaf, not ever walk or write. It was the most difficult decision.
So it was, they did the surgery and take the risks, or they did nothing and she had like no time left. And they did do the surgery.
His words were, I remove 98% of the tumor. Total impossibility turned into the most amazing thing you could ever imagine in your life.
I know I will be super dog and will save.
And lift. Lift your legs. Lift. Yeah.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
So Daniela needed to complete 52 weeks of 13 different chemos and 30 sessions of radiation to her brain. And she was only 2.
¿Te acuerdas cuando te sacaron la bolita que tenías en el cuello?
Ay, sí, eso dolió.
¿Eso dolió?
Sí.
¿Y tú te acuerdas algún tiempo que tú has ido al hospital?
Sí, con Priscila.
Before we went to radiation, we have heard of this little girl who was supposedly Daniela's same age, too, and that had the same cancer.
Tiene un tubo como hasta acá y no se puede levantar.
her cancer being so rare, only 30 diagnoses per year in the entire world, that makes it a very rare cancer. And having another child the same age of Daniela, I was like, okay, we have to meet this little girl.
Ella estaba en el hospital.
¿Por qué?
No sé.
Priscilla and Daniela became friends. And we will, sometimes we will be in the hospital at the same time.
She doesn't see the hospital with the same negative connotation as most people would. And when she thinks of the hospital, she thinks of like her friends.
Till this day, Daniela, talks about Priscilla like her friend.
Si le puedo dar a Priscila mis juguetes.
We will receive messages from people that we don't know to this day, that they were praying for her, that her story has, had touched their lives, and people who had never prayed in their lives were praying.
I will take the pet to...
6 years after, she is in 2nd grade. She's in school and she writes. It seems like she's always catching up, but she's catching up. And she's happy. She's a very joyful, loving girl.
At first, like, she couldn't even jump. She couldn't even walk. She forgot how to walk. And then she started walking, started running, and then she started jumping, and then now I think you have a video of that too. She like hops on one leg and then hops on the other leg. So they're little things that you don't really think about.
As an adult, I would have had a very rough time dealing with, all the things that Daniela had to deal with.
I don't understand how a person so small could go through all of that and still today be so full of life and happiness and love. Like, that's what she is. She's just love and hugs and kisses. That's her.
Every story of a kid with cancer should be heard.